What time do you make it?
It's about 22.
Oh, Jeremy, what's the temperature like in there?
What?
What mood's Benyon in?
Oh, there's not really anything doing. I'm just off to magistrate's court, actually. But apart from that, there's sort of nothing doing. And I'd say Benyon was in a pretty stinking mood, really. John, what do you...
I'm late, aren't I?
Where have you been? You sleep in again? I suppose you were drunk last night.
Mortal.
You've got a drink problem, young man.
I can tell you one thing, old boy. You haven't missed any excitement.
Dinah! Here, please.
I'd like you to set up the Petticoat Police probe with pics for tomorrow morning, please, Dinah.
All right, then.
Dinah. I'd like you to be more appropriately dressed in the morning, please.
Don't you like them?
It's not at all a question of whether I like them, and you know it. Sit down. Gazette news desk, yes. The editor in person? No, I'm afraid he isn't here. Well, he usually comes in about lunchtime, works through till the evening. And my name's Frank Benyon, news editor. Can I help? No, news editor. Oh, no, that was a feature from our London office. Yes, yeah. Sorry, can't help. Yeah. Bye.
He's spotted you.
Yeah, I know, yes. Back in favour yesterday after I did that domestic tragedy story. The alarm didn't go off properly. I forgot to set it.
Well, you had your name in the paper again anyway. Tragic Death of a Little Star Trekker by John Hanson.
Mary. Mary. Have you checked with the Industrial Tribunal, as I asked?
Oh, yes, sorry, there's nothing on.
Nothing?
No, both cases have been settled in advance.
John, please. You're very late in.
Yeah, look, Frank, I'm sorry. On the other hand, I was very late out yesterday.
I see. We do give a good deal of leeway in this office, John. Don't test us too far, please.
What about the piece I did yesterday? What do you think of it?
Oh, it was well done. Rather a pity you had to spoil it.
How?
Overwriting.
What did you take out?
Don't you read your Gazette in the mornings, John? You claim it on expenses.
No, not this morning. I was in a hurry.
Rather a pity you didn't hurry more, isn't it? Well, have you any suggestions to offer for stories?
I'll try to think of something.
Oh, while you're thinking, this report is about urban deprivation in London and Birmingham. What the bureaucrats call poverty. Local angle, please.
News desk. Monica, yes?
Frank, can I look at your paper?
Hughie, oh dear.
What's all this?
Well, Hughie says there isn't anything at Crown Court.
Is he sure?
Frank says, are you sure? He says yes, he is.
Tell him to come into the office quickly, please. John, would you sit down, please?
Frank, can I just say something? You've taken all the background out. There was a reason for it being there.
I'm very glad to hear that. Sit down, please.
All right, so I'll be around at the doctor at 10:30 in the morning. Is that all right?
Good morning, Inspector. Peter Postgate of the Gazette. Anything for us? Magistrate's Court. Have we got anyone at the Mag's Court, John?
Well,
Jeremy Gaunt has gone.
Oh, yes, we have it covered. Thank you, Inspector.
and you will make certain I can speak to a policewoman, won't you? No, just one will do. Good, you see, it'll give it a personal touch. Yes, thanks, Jeff. No, really? How absurd. Peter! 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 You know you're talking to Inspector Garrett.
You want him?
No! I'm talking to Jeff Searman in the same office. perhaps we should swap offices, Jeff.
John?
Your PRO chap is on the other line to one of our girls, Inspector. Small world, eh?
John?
Right.
You are with us then?
Right, I told my news editor it's all fixed for tomorrow. OK, bye-bye till then. Bye.
My divorce is over. Bar the fees.
You upset?
I don't give a shit.
And good morning to you. Peter Postgate of the Gazette. Anything for us? No factory fires? No house fires? Well, what about your district stations? Not even a moddy up a tree? Wow, all right for some, isn't it? Yeah, and you.
Home office. Can I have the press office, please? I'm from the press, yeah.
Well, chase it, Andy, please. Chase it. Dinah, yes, sorry.
The policewoman's story is all arranged for tomorrow morning, Frank.
Thank you.
This report's very good in a lot of ways. I notice here there's a child suffering malnutrition because of the family's gas being cut off. Only we can't use it. Are you an ex-journalist? Have you worked on provincials? Good, well, you'll know what it's about then. We need the local angle, really. What I was thinking was that these researchers who went into the slum areas probably came from all over the place. Could you possibly find out if any of them were local to us? That'd be a great help. Yeah. You ring us back. Extension 75, thank you. Would you mind?
Did you guess it was me?
No.
Do you like my trousers?
Okay.
OK, is that all?
Smashing.
Oh, you're so charming, aren't you?
Frank, I'm trying to find out if any of the people who wrote that report are local. Because there's nothing in the text we can hang it on.
I see. Well, look, while you're waiting, see what you can do with that.
I don't quite see this, Frank.
Do your best, please, John.
It's pathetic.
Well, I suppose I shall have to read the ads as well.
Better off doing that.
I'll never forget the day that Benyon sent that lass home to get a brown. John, it was diabolical.
Snigger, snigger.
Well, at least she's wearing knickers this morning.
Snigger, snigger, snigger.
She asked us to talk about her trousers, so we're talking about them.
It takes a ray of sunshine, old Gertrude, but I've never gloomy office.
It's a pity you have to trivialize everything.
It's the hallmark of a good hack.
It's your hallmark.
I'm a good hack.
I suppose I'd better be a good hack and bring the ambulance brigade over.
What were those parents like?
What parents?
The parents of the dead child.
Ordinary.
You know, it's a very funny thing that ordinary parents should sit down with John Hanson just after their son has fallen through a window to his death and then say, our son was a real little star trekker. Ordinary people don't seem to talk like that to anyone else but John Hanson.
It's just a question of how you interview them.
Or a question of manufacturing quotes, which is going to get you into the most awful trouble one day.
You said that. Those exact words. And as a matter of fact, I was trying
Did
to...
he know there was going to be a headline like that?
But what's got into you, for Christ's sake? Don't blame me for the way newspapers are run. You're part of it. Reporters. Hey, you were quick. What, none at all? Ah, hell. No. Thank you. Bye. Good. That's cool when a Benyon's brainwaves. Frank, I'm afraid that none of the researchers came from anywhere near here. So I'd say that report was a write-off, unfortunately.
I see. And the cutting?
Well, as I said, I don't really see what to do with that.
Keep trying, please, John. Yes? Monica, do you think that the James Street residents will object to having their houses pulled down by the council? But can we trust Jimmy Tanner to be on his toes? It's really all there is today. We've got absolutely nothing else. No, we can't. We'd better put a call through to the town hall and get someone to drag Jimmy to the farm. Would you do that for me, please? Mary! Mary!
Yes?
You doing anything?
No.
Minute, please.
Could I speak to your public relations officer, please?
Read that, please.
Famine forecast in Jersey cherry harvest.
It's your local story.
But do we grow cherries anywhere near here?
We eat cherries.
Yes.
Well, then find out if our housewives face a cherry shortage.
Well, they won't know until the harvest, will they?
Mary, I'm having a difficult day. Bring some fruiterers, please.
Jimmy Tanner, please. Gazette. Here.
My cutting's worse than your cutting.
Ah, shit. Nothing's worse than my cutting.
Look.
Which side are you following up?
No, I haven't got the wrong side. Benyon said to...
Oh, yeah, well worth a story, this is. Racing results, 3:30 at Neum. N-E-W-M. Now, that could be short for Newmarket.
Hey, Peter. Peter, look at this. Look. I'm supposed to find a story about cherries from Jersey.
Good Lord, about.
We ought to open a sweepstake and who's going to get the daftest idea from News Desk.
I say, Frank. Frank!
Read up.
Would you like a follow-up to that railway vandalism story?
We'll follow up there.
At a pinch.
Thank you, Peter, thank you. Thank you for being constructive.
Very smart.
Think of it as a challenge, old gal.
Yes, I'm sure it bristles with local angles, if only I hold it up to the light.
Of course it does. Many top local racehorses were not running in the 3:30 at Neum yesterday because it was too bloody far away. Oh, but luckily not as far away as Jersey, where there's a cherry shortage. Crisis, shock, horror.
Probe.
Probe?
Well, there's a shock horror. There's always a probe, man.
How's your cherry story, Mary?
Could you pass the yellow pages, please?
Delicate one here, Bill. Very delicate. Do you know what a paedophile is?
Child molester.
Well, we've got a press release here from some freaks who want to abolish the age of consent. I don't know. I want you to contact the Reverend, what's his name? Thomas. He's about the most reactionary vicar in the region. Get him signing off. And then I want you to contact social worker or psychiatrist, someone liberal at any rate. Hold, please. Now, Bill, this is one of those days when we're having to scratch around, but please be very, very careful with this. Keep it as a controversy between the vicar and the social worker. Not too much emphasis on the paedophiles, otherwise it never gets past editor at conference, right? Yeah, okay, good, thank you.
Jimmy Tanner, please.
Jimmy! Have any of the James Street residents turned out in protest yet? Why not? I'm expecting all you can give me from your committees today, Jimmy. I'm looking to James Street for top of the news list. Yeah. Or just do the best you can, Jimmy. Yes, very good, Jimmy. Very good, good, yes. Jimmy. John. John!
Reporters.
Haven't noticed much activity from you yet.
I'm trying to work out an angle.
Try and think more quickly, please.
This brick, please.
Ah, Mr. Simpson. This is Mary Cattell of the Gazette newspaper. I know this may sound a funny way to start a conversation, but do you sell a lot of cherries?
Not there.
Sorry, please.
Oh, dear.
Because we understand there's to be a shortage soon.
I'll go back.
Well, that's what we've heard. News to you? Well, where better to hear news than from a newspaper office? How much business have you been doing in cherries this year, compared with other years?
You know, John, I think I'll marry here, but like this office as it was back in the 60s.
You wouldn't call it a bumper year,
I
though,
remember
would
when
you?
we had a woman journalist, the first day of assizes. Marion, what was her name?
Not a famine year either.
You know, the news says, but we're in a taxi home because she turned up without a hat. Not a bra, man. A hat. No expenses either.
Is that so?
Will you two please get lost?
I suppose that less cherries in the
Skirts
shop would
down to
mean
the
a higher
ankles
price
in
for the
those days, old
housewife.
son.
You've no idea
And
how
the
much
lady
higher.
reporters wore hats to court, council, and inquests.
No, well, it would be difficult to tell. Why am I asking? Well, we wanted to warn local housewives about the cherry shortage.
Good morning, Reverend Thomas. I'm from the Gazette
Panic buying?
newspaper.
Yes, but it's only fair to warn people, don't you think? So we thought we'd ask people in the trade.
Comes from the paedophile.
You don't think there ought to be panic buying? Then why don't I include that in the story?
I don't know, John.
Paedophile.
When I talk about gentlemen of the press, at least we'll look like gentlemen.
Enough of this shit.
May I ask how old you are, Mr. Simpson?
Frank, this cutting's US.
John, I asked you to find a local angle on it.
It's no good, Frank. It's as dead as a doornail.
I don't like knock 'em down reporters, John.
Will you tell me the angle, then?
I asked you to find an angle.
There isn't one.
John, I believe that a reporter of your experience...
Can I make a suggestion?
What?
I've got a few old contacts I haven't seen for a while.
Good, get on the phone, ring around, see what crops up. You could have done that in the first place.
Well, I was going to suggest I could go down and look them up.
No, the telephone, John, the telephone. I know we had a memo about the bill, but nevertheless, it is cheaper in the long run. Please use it.
How's Mr. Briggs arrived? It's the Gazette.
Well?
He hasn't got a bloody clue.
He's not coming in. Oh, God damn it. Isn't that bad? Oh, yes, please. You want to be glad for one of Benyon's brainwave settings, Leo, come?
I want to ask you something, Peter Postgate. Now, why should I have liked this office any better in the 60s than I do now? You're trying to suggest that I'm old-fashioned because I don't like sexist remarks, aren't you?
There's nothing wrong with being old-fashioned, Olga.
That's not the point, Peter.
He's engaged all day. I see. Well, who can I speak to? And where is he? You know, it's a funny kind of public relations department where everybody is too busy to speak to a gentleman of the press. Yes. I'll ring back.
Yeah, so to sum up, Reverend Thomas, you find it disgusting and outrageous, do you? Would you go so far as to say they should be locked up?
Huey! Word, please.
No, thank you.
Monica, as each of the district men ring in, I want you to say I'm expecting not less than 4 stories, equal potential change page leads from each district, please. Huey, have you got the home numbers of all our local MPs in your contacts book?
Most of them, yes.
Really, you should have them all. All right, ring around and see if you can get anything, please. Peter.
Yes, old chap?
Ring Dr. Venables at St. George's and try and get another tale of overcrowding at the VD clinic.
Can't wait.
Hmm? Oh, we're desperate for news, Monica. I hope the editor's laid in. I really do.
No. My mum was at their wedding. I had to work that day, worse luck. It was me, I think. No, I haven't seen Roy for yonks. I better go, love, before Benyon catches me. See you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye till then. Bye. My wrist is worn out.
Yeah, look, Jack. Yeah, look, if you do think of anything, please give us a ring. It's a bummer of a news day. I don't even think of anything slightly offbeat, you know, any quirky event. We might just be able to hang something on it. All right?
Oh, Dr. Venables, please. Peter Postgate of the Gazette. Oh, hang on. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Nice to hear, all right. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye. Frank, I really think it'd be far better if you let me go and see these people face to face. People aren't trained to think like journalists. They don't see stories where we do. There are all sorts of people, Frank, like there's a bog attendant near the town hall. There's a woman who's kept a pet shop in the East Side for 20 years. Branch librarians at Sunnyside. They've all got good local knowledge. If you just let me go out there and pick their brains.
All right. But give me a written list of all the people you're proposing to see, and I'll reconsider it.
Thank you.
My dear woman, I can't bring myself to believe that in a VD clinic the size of yours, there is no one available to speak to the Gazette. I cannot bring myself to... I shall have to speak to Dr. Venables when he gets in, yes. Thank you.
Yes, well, presumably, if there is a shortage in the cherry supply from Jersey, this will affect your supplies of cherries. Oh, thank you very much for your help.
Dog's life, Mary.
I'm not speaking to you.
Oh, come now. I'm not going to let Dinah's trousers ruin a fine friendship, are we?
My trousers? What about my trousers?
Nothing, Dinah, nothing. We just can't imagine where you'd find such a pair of trousers.
Home and hostess, if you don't mind.
Well, what a bunch of hypocrites, aren't they?
Why? Because they never want to...
Because they won't allow their female staff to wear trousers, but they let their smart women customers buy them.
I saw a woman assistant in trousers.
When?
Yesterday.
Dinah! Come in, please. Why did you say so before?
Say what, Frank?
If Home and Hostess have changed their policy on dress, that is a major local story, which any reporter should have spotted. Go and get yourself a photographer and get on with it, please. Dinah, I want quotes from customers, particularly women customers, who think it's another case of falling standards.
But I didn't even speak to the woman I saw yesterday, Frank.
Speak to her today, Diana, please.
Goodness sake, you open your bloody mouth in this office.
Mary, ring the London office of Home and Hostess, please.
Look, why can't one of the blokes do it? I've got this cherry story.
Because I've just asked you to do it.
Frank, there's a list you asked me. Now, they're all slightly offbeat kind of contacts, but I've had a story out of every one of them in the past. One of them must be worth something.
God knows why, but I'm going to put my trust in you. But don't forget my news conference, please. 4 o'clock, no later, please. Ring in.
Right.
Now, Monica.
Frank.
What about state of undress at Top Wives store for Diana's story? What do you think?
Frank, is there any chance of an office car? Thank you.
Monica? Monica? What is it now?
No photographers, Frank.
Well, where are they?
I don't know. They may be in the bog, I suppose.
What? All of them? You've checked?
I can't check the men's bog, Frank.
Hello, any snappers in here? Hello, you snapper?
Oh, it's all right, Frank. Here's someone.
Goodness sake, get on with the job you're supposed to do. I've got an important story for you. Monica. John. John!
I'm on my way.
Well, you never know. You never know. Might be a train crash before conference.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Could I possibly ask you, I'm from the Gazette, the local newspaper. Yeah, that's all. You've never,
Yes, because of VAT. But to get back to cherries, Mr. Harrington, presumably that would affect cherries.
Spoken to the manager yet, Dinah? Well, speak to him, please. Yes. Well, whose fault's that? Yeah, if necessary, we'll take another 2 hours, yes. Dinah, don't let them fob you. If you saw a woman assistant in trousers, you find out what she was doing in those trousers. And ring me when you've spoken to the manager.
You
No,
know
don't. It was Heason's.
Eh?
It was Mrs. Heason's.
All right, thanks.
Right.
Ta.
Is that the VD clinic? I want to speak to Dr. Venables. Venables!
Oh, I wonder if you could tell me something about cherries. We've had this lead from Jersey to say that there are to be less cherries this year.
Excuse me.
Got any money?
Money? How much?
I don't know. I want you to go out and buy a wig.
A wig?
A fella's wig. For a pick special from this professor who thinks that bald blokes are more likely to score if they're wearing a wig. Perhaps you could drag the photographer from Home and Hostess for us.
I've got to go and buy a man's wig.
Yes, and a cheap one, too, if you can, please. Put it on extras, of course.
Of course.
You were in Sunnyside Library about half an hour ago. I was there talking to one of the librarians. I don't know if you noticed me.
Aye, bunny lad.
You did?
Aye.
Well, I would have had a word there, but I didn't spot you leaving. My name's John Hanson, by the way.
Oh, handsome. Oh, handsome John.
No, Hanson. As I said, I'm from the Gazette.
You've got a proud face, John.
Mrs. Baker, one of the librarians said that you go in there every day to warm up.
That's right.
That way you save money.
Aye.
Mrs. Baker, we're very concerned on the Gazette about the effects the price explosion is having on the lives of the man or woman in the street.
Oh, are you now?
People don't always like to talk to journalists about themselves, understandably, but what I was hoping was that if you and some of your neighbours would, well, you know, tell me what things are like.
Oh, who have you spoke to, like?
Well, I was starting with you, if that's all right.
Aye. And, this is going in the Gazette, like?
Yes.
Oh, aye.
Mrs. Baker, can you not afford to heat this house?
Oh, I can.
You can?
Aye.
Then, why do you go to the library every day to warm up?
To save money. I'm not saying I cannot heat the house.
So you save money on heating in order to be able to save money on other things?
Oh, aye, definitely.
Well, like the television, for instance.
Aye, the telly.
And this is a result of inflation?
Definitely, canny lad.
Now, your first name is
Francis. Francis Madeleine Rosemary.
When did you first think of this idea of using the library as a means to save money?
Well, I didn't think of it. Why, I'll do it.
You see, I think that if it's now becoming impossible for people even to heat their own houses and afford a television in the poorer sections of the community, this ought to be publicised.
Away, man. Why, no. Away.
No?
Well, we're not poor, man. You cannot say that.
Well, yeah, you don't seem to have very much money.
Well, it's rough times, man. Jackson's finished all of us, and, well, we're a bit hard up, like, and there's no jobs around anyway. But we're not poor. We've got our severance.
So you're living off your severance pay?
Oh, no. I'm saving that.
You're living off the dole?
Social Security. Well, I've had the dole, 12 months now, aye. Well, my Bertie's been dead these 8 years, you say, and, well, I'm a widow, like.
Could I ask you how much you get on Social Security?
Nearly £13.
Must be very hard to save on such a low income.
Why, no, man. We are savers. Me mum always put by money, well, when me dad was working, like. Aye, we always got a family of savers, you know.
Ho, 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 X's time. Who's got a spare for me? Ah, thanks, old son. And, how was the mags, poor gentleman?
Well, there was one pretty good story, actually.
Monday. East, topping, house, fire. Lunch. £2. Water, authority, works, committee. Dinner. £3.50. Tuesday. What on earth are you doing?
Nothing. Well, no, I'd better not claim for Thursday, I don't suppose.
Do you know what that's called, old son?
What? Not claiming for Thursday, what? No, what's it called?
Blacklegging.
Well, the trouble is, I never really went anywhere. I was kept in the office all day.
Have you ever seen Benyon go out on a job?
Well, no, I've never seen the gardener job. At least I don't think so.
He claims £15.70p a week. Slap it in. If you do a story over the phone, oh boy, slap it in. Here. Now just think of when you get to Fleet Street. 70 quid a week, hand over, cash in hand. Slap it in.
I noticed you've got an electric water heater. That must add a lot to your electric bill.
No, man.
What about when you have a bath?
The kettle, man.
You trudge up and downstairs with kettles of water.
Away, John, man. Them pails.
Well, you haul them upstairs?
Oh. First we do this. Right. Now. Thank you. Like that. Oh, nearly. No. Look. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You should say yours. You didn't even know what I'm... Oh, man. I'll have to stop laughing about like this.
I suppose many of you...
No, sorry, Pet, will you say?
I suppose many of your neighbours must have similar circumstances.
Oh, aye. We've all got similar circumstances. There's nobody different in Tozer Street.
Right, well, I think I'll talk to some of your neighbours and see how rising prices are affecting them.
Well, head on, Pet. I'll gan with you. Was this Mrs. Morton with all them lovely bairns? I'll gan with you.
It's very kind of you.
Oh, that's all right, Pet. I'll take it from you now.
Jimmy! Jimmy Tanner! Go ahead with you, please. How are your committees, Jimmy?
Not too good, Frank. You know how it is.
Not too good.
No.
But what about James Street?
Well, they didn't say very much about that, Frank.
Has the resolution gone through?
On the nod.
So they're pulling down those houses?
You know what a council's like, Frank. Bloody anything could happen.
Well, here's a list of contact numbers for the James Street Residents Committee. Street of Doom residents, land bureaucrats.
What if these residents don't say anything, Frank?
Now, having looked through the agenda, I've added 3 more items to the news list.
Oh, no, Frank, no, that's not possible.
This one's very important because we're having a sales drive in that area.
Oh, Frank, that's bloody ridiculous.
All 4 in full, please, Jimmy.
Frank!
Jimmy. Good.
How's it going, Frankie?
Oh, don't tell me you're here. It must be nearly conference time.
Getting near, my boy, getting near. You're not taking this into the editor, are you, Frankie?
There's more to come, Richard.
I should bloody hope so, too. And what's this blank space for John Hanson's name?
He's ferreting some of his contacts. Has he rung in yet, Monica? No, dear. Well,
You mean you've let him off the leash, you've lost him, huh?
well, he did have a front-page lead this morning, Richard, and I do think we ought to let him continue to try to redeem himself.
Frankie, you're bloody daft. And Frankie, this has got to be one of your worst-ever news lists, and that's saying something. Come on, lads and lassies. They've got nothing down the far end, so the subs will have to do all the work tonight.
Swine.
And if anyone's got nothing to do, Richard, the night editor, will soon sort them out.
That won't be a moment, Monica. Would you type that up for me, please?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a wig. A man's wig. Any further questions?
Why do you need a man's wig?
Because, where is he? Because Benyon had a cutting which said that bald men look sexier in wigs. All right?
Stupid man. What's he done now, love?
He's had me parading about the streets with a photographer, looking for bald men to ask to put on that stupid object and see if it made them feel any sexier.
I don't think bald men look any sexier in wigs.
Absolutely Benyon all over. Listen, I'll tell you what he's got me on him.
Hey, shh.
I came... What?
Here he comes.
Dr. Venables, please. It's a Gazette. Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing his times and his job.
How you doing, kiddo?
He wants you first.
Hello.
Number 8, Magistrate's Gaunt New. I wish you could have rung in more often, John.
Well, I'm back, and I've got a cracking good story.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I'll angle it on that Home Office report, which we'd written off as useless.
Oh, yeah? What have you managed to make from that?
It's about poverty, so I'll cobble up a poverty story.
Because you said it was about London and Birmingham.
You wait, you read what's happening here.
If it's about London and Birmingham, we can't angle a local story on it, can we? It's a complete waste of time. Have you got anything else?
It's about urban deprivation, I can tell you, Frank. There's urban deprivation right under our noses. It's bloody incredible.
Does it say so in the text?
I'm saying so. I've done a sort of doorstep vox pop.
You weren't asked to do a vox pop. You were asked to put in a good, hard news story.
Frank, I've got some factual material about the actual effects that rising prices are having on actual people's lives. This is happening now in our news area. It's news.
All right, what facts have you got?
Well, for example, I've interviewed a mother who's wrapping one of her kids' feet in polythene right now because the shoes were duff and she can't afford another pair yet. Kids' shoes cost £7 a pair, Frank, and they grow out of them in 3 months. She's only on £26 a week, herself and 2 kids.
Well, look, John, you must be extremely careful with anything about children. You know that from juvenile court.
You're knocking this story before it's even been written.
All right, I'll look at it. Don't worry, John. I'm as keen as you are to see your stories in the paper. Can you feed me a catch line?
Family's on the breadline.
Bit of motive, isn't it?
Soaring prices, the victims.
All right, number 3, I think. Rising prices, the casualties Hanson knew.
If this was a murder story or a Holocaust hit city centre or a councillors up in arms story, you wouldn't turn around and say don't be a motive, John.
Don't get stroppy with me, John, please. Have you got anything else?
No.
Well, you better get on with that, then. Number 9, I think. This is Mary Cattell's pick special. Laurie!
Anything good, John?
City centre poverty probe. I think it's good. He doesn't.
You can see what I've been lumbered with owing to that madman on the news desk.
He's been in and gone out again. I see. When do you expect him back? I see.
What are you doing?
Court story.
A court story?
How many court stories?
Well, basically one. At least I thought that if I were to kind of...
A 27-year-old East Side man was given a year's prison sentence by magistrates today after pleading guilty to making 4 obscene phone calls using the alias of Constable Lucky.
Oh, Jesus.
And asking for 63 similar offences to be taken into consideration. End of paragraph.
God preserve us.
Don't be nasty.
All right, let Benyon and the subs rip it to pieces. I don't care. I'm busy anyway.
I should shorten that intro down to about 20 words at the most, Jeremy.
20?
I'd shorten the whole thing, oh boy. This isn't a story, it's a book.
Well, I thought I ought to do it out at length, because it is a newsworthy case, isn't it, actually?
You hand a marathon like that into Benyon, he'll throw it straight back at you. Sorry, son.
Dewey! Dewey, desk. Come on, darling. You must be ready by now. Come on, all right.
All right.
Hello? Hello, coffee? Hello?
Thank God for that. Hasn't Benyon been dreadful?
Who's on the canteen run, then?
Billy.
All right, everybody, I've already rung up and ordered 8 teas.
Ah, Bill, you're a gentleman and a scholar and a scrambled egg on toast as well, please.
Oh, come on, I'm already getting 8 teas. That's me lot.
That's what you think, old son. Hello, canteen. Now, there's a fresh-faced young lad coming up from editorials.
Did you say death notices, dear? Did you want to put an advertisement in the death column? Oh, these earphones are serious.
I can't tell you what a relief it is to get that out of the way. Do you know they haven't changed their policy at home and hostess at all?
Well, it was you who started it.
I was partly right. There was a woman in trousers. It was just a female member of staff who called in on her week off. It took me hours to find out, and Benyon still wasn't satisfied. He wanted me to go and visit her at home to see if she's pissed off with management policy. Can you believe it?
Oh, yes, I can believe it. Very easily.
I'm absolutely pissed off with the sort of stories he gives us to do.
That's what comes of being a woman, dear.
Blokes don't do much better.
Jeremy's got a big exclusive today, haven't you, Jeremy?
Have you, Jeremy? What is it? Is this it? Jeremy, that's awful.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, somebody. Let's help Jeremy with his intro. Peter, this story about Constable Lucky.
Constable Lucky is a splendid alias.
Well, think of an intro, then. I know. Constable Lucky's Unlucky Day.
No. It should be Constable Lucky's Mucky Mind.
Possibly. Or the obscene voice of Constable Lucky.
Come on, John. You're the one with the cliches.
Don't disturb me, please.
What about The bogus Constable Lucky who pestered 63 women with obscene telephone.
What kind of a word's pestered? Or perhaps frightened. Oh, no. Women aren't pestered and women aren't frightened. Ladies are terrorized.
Put. The cell door slammed shut yesterday on a man known to 67 terrorised women as Constable Lucky.
Hey, don't make such a big issue of it. Do it straight.
Well, how exactly?
Just do it straight.
Yeah, but what shall I put?
Just do it, no problem.
He's a great help, isn't he? Here, hold on. I'm there. I've got it. Right, typewriter at the ready. Okay, here we go.
Shh. Benyon.
Oh, Huey!
No.
Not funny. I don't know how it happened, Peter, but there was grub waiting.
Well, then I owe you 22p or something.
Thank you.
This is a bloody good yarn. If I say so myself.
You wouldn't be John Hanson if you didn't say so yourself.
Is this your intro to the wig story?
Oh, it's terrible, I know. Such an awful old load of rubbish, I can't be bothered.
Toupee or not toupee?
What?
Toupee. Wig. Toupee or not toupee? That was the question yesterday for the region's topless males. Because the bald fact is, no one loves that Kojak look. Professor Darlow of Darlow University claims. But one egghead got quite a wigging when a Gazette team set out on a hair-raising expedition.
Oh, God, do you rattle off these cliches in your sleep?
Well, there's one way you can find out.
Piss off, John.
How you getting on?
Not too bad.
Oh, Jesus. Put some more copy paper. It brought to a successful end weeks of relentless sleuthing by officers.
That's a bit strong, isn't it, old Frank?
Oh, Inspector Garrett's been very good to us lately. It won't hurt to return a favour. Have you got the defendant's name?
Yeah, it's here.
How many pies is that?
16.
That's about right. We haven't left anything vital out, have we?
Yeah, well, what about this quote?
Oh, no.
Leave that. That'll do. Well, thank God that's over with.
Frankie, a few more conferences like that will put you back among the reporters.
Swine.
Any messages, Huey?
No.
All right, then, thank you.
Frank.
Can't name any typewriters clacking.
Frank, I've turned in the urban declaration.
I have it. Give it to me, please.
No, I haven't used a quote
Just
from
let
anyone
me
in
read it,
authority.
please, will you, John?
Well, I just want to say I can get...
Just sit down, please. What's that, Jeremy?
At night school.
Let me see. Wait, please.
It's 16 pounds.
Now, why on earth didn't you warn me that you had a yarn like this under your belt? I've just endured the most horrifying news conference, and this would have made all the difference.
Well, I sort of thought you'd judge it when it was done.
You haven't given me the opportunity to judge it until after the conference. I mean, I had this done 8th on the list, when it quite clearly should have been 1st.
I'm awfully sorry.
But having said all that, it's a very, very good story, and it's very, very well written. Like the intro, nice and lively. Like the rest, nice and tight, and all the essentials are there. I'm almost certain this will make an inside page lead. And I'm going to recommend this to the editor for a byline. Have you had a byline before?
No.
It's very, very good, Jeremy. Did anyone help you with this?
Yes, John Hanson and some others.
Well, it's quite a good way to learn by asking the seniors, but I wouldn't take everything they said at face value. Monica, would you like to read Jeremy's story? All right, Jeremy. I won't bother the editor with it just now, but if you sit and wait, I think he may want a word with you. Would you ask John Hanson to come up, please? Thank you. for helping gentlemen with that court story.
That's all right.
Well, you can go if you're finished. Please be on time tomorrow.
What about that?
The editor will look at it.
What do you think of it?
Well, if you want to discuss it in detail, I suggest you ring in about 8:30 this evening or tomorrow morning.
What's wrong with it, then?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. Now, if you've finished, you may as well go.
I'll ring in. Sorry I was late. I'll be in the pub. You have the pint, please?
Jeremy. All right, Dinah, go straight to police headquarters in the morning. You can come into the office.
Thanks, Frank.
I'm just going up to the canteen, Monica. I'll just come to the canteen for a break. Will you ring me if anything happens?
Where's the overnight box?
Try the next door down.
Overnight's box already.
The paper filling up, is it, by any chance?
We're getting on.
Well, you won't be wanting all this stuff we're churning out here.
Have we got those council stories from you yet, Jimmy?
I'm churning it out the new.
I've got them scheduled, Jimmy.
Keep at it, Jimmy, old boy. You'll be here all night.
Don't know why they have us sitting down here churning out all this stuff when they're holding over perfectly good stories over there.
Are they holding over perfectly good stories?
Well, that lad John Hanson seemed to me to be putting in a bit of time on his.
Was that John's story that was put there?
Ah, bloody ridiculous, isn't it?
I don't think our Woodstein John will like that. Oh, I think I'll cheer him up with a pint. Night all.
Good night, Peter.
Good night.
Is page 5 to bed yet?
Yes.
Send Magnolia story through.
Yes, Chuck, I did it.
Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Page 5 is done?
A wig special. Spending enough in the canteen? Well, I'll be up there for the next 20 minutes or so anyway.
Who put my copy with the overnights? Was it Jock? Right.
Hello, John.
What's my copy doing with the overnights?
Why do you want it back?
Now, I want to know why it's been held over.
Well, we aren't using it tonight. What's the matter?
Why not?
Ask him.
Would you please tell me why my copy's been held over?
We've been mucked about with the gas board, Dad, John.
Yes, the gas will have a full page which makes newspeaks very tight tonight.
We've been scraping the barrel all day.
The editor felt your story needed a little more thought, John.
Well, why, for Christ's sake? There's no way you could get a better news story out of that report.
But is it news, John? News. To be a news story, there must be something in it which is new.
The report's new.
The editor didn't think you'd a very strong local angle in that report, John.
What was your opinion?
Hmm?
What do you think of it?
We're telling you what the editor thought, John.
It makes interesting reading in many ways, John, but as the editor said, problems like this have been with us for a long time now, and we should all jolly well be aware of them by now.
John, it's the kind of stuff that remember your Christmas neighbour.
Well, how long is it till Christmas?
John Hanson, come here. When does your shift end?
It's ended.
Out. You're holding up production, my lad. Push off.
I'm trying to find out why.
I heard you. We aren't using your story because we don't bloody well need it. That's all you need to know. Thank you. Out.
Why not?
I thought I told you twice to remove yourself.
I said, why aren't you using my story?
I don't know what's happening to this profession anymore. We pay your wages, don't we? What's the matter with you?
I'd like to know why you aren't using my story tonight, please.
You.
Me?
Have you marked up the dirty phone call story yet?
Yes. Nearly, Richard.
Alter that byline to, by Jeremy Gaunt and John Hanson. There we are, John, my boy. We're quite happy to soothe your ego in ways which won't hurt the Gazette.
I don't want a byline. I want to know what's going on, please.
My God, if anyone acted up like this in my reporting days...
Well, I'm only asking a simple question.
Shut up! Do we owe you any days off?
Yeah.
You better take one tomorrow to cool your heels. We aren't using your story because we aren't using it. Now, out you go.
I don't want a day off. I want an answer.
Be warned, John Hanson.
Look, there was a lull on today, so I went out and I scratched around and I got a story, as I was asked to, and I think the way it's been treated is rather shoddy.
I'm beginning to wonder what makes you so bloody interested in that story.
Because I went to a lot of trouble over it.
You should have gone to a bit more trouble, shouldn't you? You put in an unbalanced, biased, unfair, unnewsworthy, boring piece of flan about uninteresting and unimportant people who can't organise their own lives properly. And I'm not so bloody sure we shouldn't have spiked it.
Why is it unbalanced?
Why is it unbalanced? You haven't even made the first attempt at fair and accurate reporting.
Why? I reported precisely what they told me about themselves.
Oh, did you? And where's the quote from social services, eh?
I never mentioned social services anywhere in the copy.
You bloody should have mentioned them, shouldn't you? They soak up taxpayers' money, supposedly to look after no-hopers like yours. Now, you say they aren't doing their job. But have you put it to them? Where's their quote? And where's the quote from the Electricity Board?
All right, I'll ring up the press officer from the Electricity Board and the chairman of social services in. Will he put my story in?
No, out of here.
Why not?
Jesus God, John Hanson, I've never heard anything like this in all my years in journalism.
Can I say one more thing?
You've said enough.
No, I think I know what you've got against my story, and it's this. You see, every bloody day we run an editorial attacking public spending. Public spending, and again, public bloody spending, and we don't give a shit for the people who deserve better. The people who I've written in my story. Now, that's why you won't use it.
So, it should have come out sooner.
What should?
You're a commie.
I'm a journalist.
You're a lousy commie, and you've just admitted that you deliberately put in a story that went against the editor's policy for your own political red bolshy motives.
I object to you calling me names.
I object to you trying to push your rubbishy ideas, which our 100,000 readers don't want to read about.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know what they want to read about? You've been parked here every night for 6 years. You wouldn't know a Gazette reader if one of them jumped up and hit you in the face.
My God. What future is there for the freedom of the British press?
All I've done is put in a story which, by any normal standards, is a local angle on a major national story, and I don't think you should just shove it in the overnight's box.
Monica, bring this lad's copy over here.
I'll add any quote from any source you ask for. But I still claim that story deals with real issues and not one of the contrived non-issues which get dreamt up to stack up the news lists.
You want this taken out of the overnight's box, is that right?
I think it deserves more consideration.
Now, shove off back to the pub where you belong.
My God.
If you've anything else to say, take it to the editor.
Right!
Oh, my God. John. John, this
Get
is
up,
daft.
what the hell do you want?
Think
Mind your
about
own
it.
business.
Listen, it is
Back off!
daft.
Frank Benjamin, please. Frank? I think you better come down here quick. Oh, it's John Hanson. He lost his temper, and Richard Devises. They both lost their temper. He's going to...
You said something about my taking the day off.
I did indeed.
Will you clear that with Frank Benyon?
I will, yes.
I'll take the day off then.
Good. Perhaps we'll get some work done around here.
one more thing.
What?
I owe you an apology.
You do indeed. That's very true.
I developed a bee in my bonnet about that story and I shot my mouth off. I was offensive, I think.
Water off a duck's back, boy.
I'll be in the pub then.
By the way, I don't mind reporters getting pissed, and I'll overlook reporters coming in here once in a while, pissed and stroppy. But drunk or sober, don't ever mix your politics with your job. Got that? Good. Good night. Bobby.
What happened, Richard?
Nothing.
Nothing, Richard.
Just like when you were a reporter, Frankie, you weren't on the scene when it happened. You've missed the excitement and you're too late.
Where's John?
I never seen anything like it.
Your boyfriend's gone, dear. Get back to your work, Jimmy Tanner.
Gone.
Gone, but not forgotten.
Try the print shop, pet.
Hello.
I hear Richard Devises tore your copy up.
Yeah,
What a pig he is. What did the editor say?
nothing.
Wasn't he there?
I don't know. I decided to drop it.
Well, you wouldn't have got anywhere, would you? He's bound to support his own executives, especially if you rant in public.
I was a right bloody fool.
Well, at least you tried. You stood up to them.
I was a fool because I nearly forgot the coal shovel killing. The Walker murder. Don't tell me you forgot. He cut his wife's face to pieces with a coal shovel.
Oh, that awful murder.
Remember, I got the dead woman's photographs, which those, they wouldn't publish.
Well, I should think not. It was like something out of a butcher's shop. Why are we talking about it, John?
He's in Crown Court in 3 days. I'd have stuck my neck out any further, I wouldn't get a sniff of it. I reckon they'd have sent me to a district. I'll tell you one thing, though. Benyon faithfully promised me that case. And if he reneges, that's it. That's my Armageddon.
Is that all you're worried about?
You've got to do a lot worse than that to get sacked, Mary. I gave the bastard a run for his money, at least. It's so difficult to find jobs. I'm going to the pub. You coming?
Is that all you have to say about this whole thing?
Yeah. You coming? I'll get the first round in. Actually, I could probably get a summer relief on one of the nationals next time around.
Oh, you think it might be easier to become a living legend when you're on a national?
I'm getting a bit sceptical about any kind of journalism, to tell you the truth. But I want the experience.
You worry me more than they do.
Now, can I have a straight answer to a straight question?
What?
I reckon that you fancy me. Am I right?
Do you know? I think that's exactly the reason you started this quarrel with the management, isn't it?
You didn't answer my question.
And you haven't answered mine.
All right, Mary. I took a stand on a matter of principle.
What a load of bullshit.